Let's look at factor pairs, and pairs means 2. How can we make 12 when we multiply two numbers together? What we need to do is find those two numbers, and that will tell us a factor pair of 12. So what we're going to do is use an array. We've got 12 blocks, and an array is made up of rows and columns. Our rows run across the page horizontally. We've got 3 rows, and our columns run up and down. So you can see there we've got 4 columns. They're vertical. So that means the factor pairs of 12 include 3 and 4, because 3 times 4 equals 12. Oh, by the way, we can also represent it as 4 rows and 3 columns. So 4 times 3 is also equal to 12. And we know that we can do turnarounds like that with multiplication. But we don't need to include both of these as a separate factor pair. We just include them once. So let's write down 3 times 4. Now another factor pair is 2 and 6, because 2 rows and 6 columns make an array of 12. So 2 times 6 equals 12. There's our other factor pair. And we always have the number itself and 1. 1 row and 12 columns. 1 times 12 equals 12. So there's our third factor pair of 12. So our factor pairs of 12 in the order we found them are 3 and 4, 2 and 6, 1 and 12. Now let's try one more. What are the factor pairs of 30? We've got 3 rows and 10 columns here. 3 times 10 equals 30, so 3 and 10 make a factor pair. 6 rows and 5 columns, 6 times 5 equals 30, so we have another factor pair. 2 rows and 15 columns makes 30. 2 times 15 equals 30. There's another factor pair, and remember the number and 1. So 1 times 30, 1 row and 30 columns. So we've got another factor pair. So if we look at them again, we can write them as pairs. 3 and 10, 5 and 6, 2 and 15, 1 and 30. We can actually write them like this in brackets. 3 and 10 go together because 3 times 10 equals 30. 6 and 5 go together, 1 and 30 go together, and 2 and 15 go together. And we could write them in a list, just like this. 3, 10, 6, 5, 1, 30, 2 and 15. We separate each number with a comma. They're our factors of 30, but we could put them in order if we want. So our factors of 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15 and 30.